hostages go?
Typical Rafa. Always looking ahead instead of around. This whole building is rigged to explode. Face it, I've got you right where I want you.
All those old things. I deactivated them hours ago. I hope you don't mind.
I knew you'd take the bait. While you were deactivating the bombs, I'm planning each hostage with nanomachines. The neurotoxin. If I don't punch in the code on the hour, everyone dies.
Ha ha ha! And look at the time. It's 12:01 p.m. Tell me, Whiskey, how do you feel?
Ha ha! But how?
Even nanomachines can be bought.
Are you guys done? I'd kind of like to go home now.
Quint's audio diary, volume, I guess 1? Is this my first introspection? Wow, I thought I was deeper than that. Anyway, I have a fear to share. I worry that I'm maybe not that good at fighting. Crazy, I know. Quint, picture of manly strength, captain of the Electi Defense Society. But I guess my suspicion started when they handed me a rifle, and I kept trying to push the trigger forward to fire it. Took a good month to overcome that reflex. I try to keep things upbeat for morale. I'm a role model and all that. But let's be real, life outside the city stinks. Like, literally stinks. I've left breath mints and body spray out for the Rippers. What did they do with them? Things I thought were anatomically impossible. And I keep chipping nails, and body armor never works in an ensemble. And the uniforms are all low thread count, which is skin murder. It's discouraging, but I'm going to keep at it. Keep fighting on. Why? Because I can't let Levain down. Because I can't let the Electi down. And most important of all, because I think I look really good in a helmet. Smell that, Rippers?
Captain's log. Stardate. Wait, what's the Kyrosian electrical system again? Whatever. It's Friday somewhere, and you know what that means. Dancing, thumping beats, and bumping meats. Or it would, if there was any sort of club scene on this almighty robot policeman forsaken rock. It's like these people have never even heard of WUBs or UNSs. Maybe that's how we'll liberate these poor repressed people. Not through guns, but through the power of self-expression. Empowering them through the unbridled exhilaration of rhythmic shaking and sick drops. Yeah, that's a great plan B. If the guns thing doesn't work, definitely try dance.
time for a little man talk. Ladies, got someone else for a while. Okay, are the ladies gone? Good. Guys, you got to use soap. I know what you're about to say. The world is over, but I'm sad. I don't care. You are a menace. The amount of times I've been walking about minding my business and when, one, I sniff fumes that could thin paint. Stenches more devastating than an orbital strike. One of you was so bad, the emergency evacuation protocol in my legs activated against my will. I was running for an hour. So please, for me, you sob.
Listen, almost everything on you can melt your entire body in less than a second. But I would prefer not to have that visual stuck in my memory. Why not do us both a solid and let me escape?
Captain Moklem says you're the most valuable asset on this ship. You're not going anywhere.
Submit or die. Doesn't sound like much of a choice, does it?
Back in the lab. Hands where I could
Ah! Ew. It never melts the teeth. But looks like she needed those wisdoms out anyway, so you're welcome.
takes to be a star. You're almost certainly wrong, but don't let that stop you. Come audition for Kairos as a modest amount of talent this Saturday only at what used to be a mall. I think. Fill out the forms, bring proof of your income, and show us what you've got. Maybe you'll be the next big thing. Or maybe you'll need to sign up for a series of prohibitively expensive classes, workshops, and seminars first. But you'll take them because you can't fathom a life where you're not famous for 1 day longer. And that's exactly what I'm counting on.
Are you scared yet?
A warrior's due is offered few, despite their work deserving. They break their backs and knotted swords on flesh like steel and rage like ice, ne'er giving ground nor thinking twice, till it is they who pay the price. A warrior's just rewards.
Dream log 201. I was drifting through space like an asteroid, untethered. But I didn't feel free. No. The lack of direction and purpose was overwhelming. Then I began to tremble, caught in the gravity of a distant star. I hurtled toward it, and I knew with my entire being that my cosmic destiny was before me. I just had to welcome it, the impact. So I did. And as relief began to wash over me, I woke, drenched in sweat and gasping for air. That probably doesn't bode well, does it?
But does he serve you? Which thoughts are yours, and which are his? Do you really know? The Rippers know. On wings of fire, our minds fly free, beyond his control. Join us in the burn. I want all of Kairos to know my voice. To hear my call to action against the Timekeeper. I was once like you. Blind, dutiful, subservient. In his name, I put my boot on your neck and demanded order. Now, I ask you to take my hand and climb with me to freedom. I promise, it is yours for the taking. It requires but one simple act. Remove your bolt. Rip yourself free. We wait for you in the burn.
Seems like anyone who could pour a half-decent drink on this rock was crushed by the feckin' moonfall. That's an uncornered market right there. Moxie saw a spot within stumbling distance of Pratt City or whatever they call it. Wouldn't mind having a sanctuary of my own again.
You've never heard of the Tiger of Carcadia? Where I come from, everyone knew her name. I once saw her chase down a berserker and his friends because one of them knocked over her drink. That kitten's got claws, no doubt. But I'll always have a soft spot for her. She helped me find something priceless once, and I don't forget favors. Not that I'm too sentimental, sugar. Anyway, Zane, tell our lovely patrons more about our dear friend. And this round's on me.
Pieces. Edit.
Oh, sugar. You want to know why I really tagged along? Well, first off, once a Crimson Raider, always a Crimson Raider. I'm ride or die, baby. And I do love a good ride. But between you and me, a little birdie on Promethea whispered in my ear about a rather substantial debt we all owed. And let's just say, this one wasn't the kind you settle with a check. No, this called for a more personal touch. And honey, have I been more than generous? I've carved out a little slice of paradise for the lost and weary by way of my bar. I've stimulated the populace and economy with some rather enticing distractions. And the tales I've spun of life beyond this rock, well, they've left the locals thirsty for more. So you see, sugar, every day I'm doing my part to shine bright and light the way for the people of Kairos.
Jenny! How's about a little mood music for the evening rush? Something lively. A dancing crowd's a thirsty crowd.
Yeah, sorry. No, I'm just about to break into the 8 o'clock mock block. That's where I insult these filthy barflies over a sound bed of darnish instrumental funeral dirges.
You can still wipe your drive clean, you know. I reserve the right as bouncer.
You don't have the blarneys, you old bitch.
Oh, supposing I just pull the old hose inside and give the old jukebox a wash then.
Settle in, you miserable lushes. You there, with the stupid hat. You don't really think you're pulling that off, do you? What are you, bald or something? Yeah, you're probably bald. Like an asshole.
Levain, I need a favor. I want to join your house.
The fashion house. I'm terribly sorry, but, we're entirely full. Just fresh out of beds, I'm afraid.
Full? I mean, it's not a literal house, right? Plus, you let Pembroke in last week.
Yes, but Pembroke's choices in smoking jacket fabrics are above reproach. Yours are, developing.
Gasp! Yes, I said it out loud. Gasp! Are you saying I'm not fashionable enough for your house?
Quint, darling, what I'm saying is, why, you're simply too strapping and, dare I say, intimidating for the mere fashion house. I envision a new club, entirely for you. How does this sound? Captain Quint of the Electi Defense Society. What do you think?
Oh, I do like the ring of that. Wait, I won't have to fight, will I?
Environmental report, number 1127. Our water supply is imperiled. An overabundance of starship wreckage from the invader moon has polluted our key reservoirs. Their toxic components have created an undrinkable, almost syrupy orange waste. We were never so parched when we were with the Order. I will speak with the other leaders and propose we dig deeper wells.
You're recording this, Leader Willem?
For posterity, Lady Levain, it's important that the Electi have a documented history, don't you agree? How else will we remember how we survived the cataclysm and founded Carcadia?
It was hardly my doing. You may as well credit the Timekeeper for cutting us off and stranding us out here. It was the technical and agricultural savvy of you and the other leaders that allowed us to flourish. I merely kept us alive.
Deftly said. Yet many of the Electi treat you with reverence, perhaps even more than they do their house leaders. I fear the other leaders think that you upset the established order of things.
I am but a creature of politics, Leader Willem. As are we all.
Join us. Become a Ripper. The Timekeeper has no hold on us. In shedding our bolts, we are reborn. The risk may frighten you, but there is nothing to fear in fate. For I have seen our destiny, Kairos. We will rise together and defeat the Order. The Timekeeper's reign is ending. Ours is beginning. All it takes to join the future is one rip.
babes, I'm back with my new segment, like, what are you even wearing? First, let's discuss those casual girlies. Don't get me wrong, I'm all about the layers, but like, what are you even wearing? You're electy, my darlings. Elevate that fit, bitch. Some dark cherry vibes would go a long way. And don't even get me started on gold accents or that whole black on black monochromatic situation I've been seeing. More of that, please. Of course, I have to mention Callus out there being a literal icon. Shame she's so problematic, though. I guess if you're gonna be fierce, right? Okay, that's all for me today. Remember, babes, elevate that fit.
We were having dinner. Some delicate, endangered bird. The chefs had drowned it in wine and then poached it in the same liquid. You had to eat it under a cloth, ostensibly to catch the subtle aromas, but really it's to hide any shame for what was done to the poor things. So, there I was, the napkin on my head and this innocent plaything on my fork, when I heard it. The roar of fire in the sky. As I pulled the cloth away, I saw the invader moon for the first time. It was tearing a hole in the veil above Kairos, and through it, I saw the stars clearly for the first time in my life. We all did.
Scouted a city out here where a bunch of rich brats have holed up. They've been piling up guns and ammo to try and buy off some of the psychos who've been cornering them. But there was a woman there. When the psychos came, I watched her dump the whole loot pile on their heads. Crushed them to death with guns. Alas, after me own heart.
Some people really are just a depressing sight. Ill-equipped, dim-witted, or indifferent. Feels like a matter of time before someone breaks through and squashes them. Still, I'm almost jealous in a way. They don't have strength or willpower, but is it hope? Ignorance? They seem happy, either way. I wonder what that's like.
Future leaders of Carcadia, it is important you know how this city was first settled, and how the Electi came to call this place home. In the aftermath of the Cataclysm and Callus's subsequent insanity, the Timekeeper left the people of Carcadia to our doom. What had been designed as an off-season retreat for the aristocracy of Dominion became our permanent shelter. Many perished in the chaos, either torn apart by Callus's screaming horde, or caught in the crossfire of the synths sent to take her down. Still, though we lost much, we regained something in kind. Our humanity. It drove us to survive these dark times. Bit by bit, the houses turned a simple resort into a city. One that I hope, for the sake of future leaders listening, survives the test of time.
your help testing out this bolt tracker. You in bed?
I am.
Ah! So it works.
Wait, are you watching me?
For, testing purposes only.
Here's a test. What am I doing right now?
Well, let's see. Ah. Oh. I'll be over in 5. No, 3.
A warrior's wage is paid in age, in years they dared not yearn to see. In hearty meals from tended fires, in songs of glory, lutes and lyres, in peace hard-earned in verdant shires, in laughter loud and free.
Captain Tarple's calling in to Leader York. The Timekeeper has tightened his control over the skies. Our ships are being shot down at lower altitude than ever before. Is this a shift in strategy? Is the Timekeeper preparing to invade Carcadia? I fear for the future of the Electee, if that's true. For now, I recommend ground transport unless absolutely necessary. And these crops I'm carrying, they're absolutely necessary. Wish me luck. Tarple's out.
These bolts once meant something. They said, I am order, and order is me. I've only ever wanted to make myself worthy of the Timekeeper's gifts. But now my bolt is an ever-present splinter in my flesh, like a ringing in my ears. I wish to be rid of it. That's what Callus did, and so many others in her thrall. There's no way of being safely unbolted. And to rip it out amounts to a coin flip between death and... worse. What's the use of being free if I am no longer... me?
Filth, you survived! How epic was that fight against the Order? So incredible! I swear I was right next to the Ripper Queen when she masked up Noxbite. Best moment of my life! Hell yeah! Then she was all, "Ah!" and crushed the synth like, gosh! And while that gold-faced, yellow-bellied Timekeeper just stood on the hill looking all shadowy and mad. Did you really think we'd be scared of a bunch of synths standing in lines? We're immune to line-based intimidation. Such an expensive battle, though. A big splash and then a stalemate. It's kind of like... For what? For what? Are you kidding? It was awesome! You're here, aren't you? Some days I almost missed the coalition ship. How advanced it was, how functional, how full of murderers. Hey, I said almost. But can you blame me?
I've just spent the whole day working on this janky, made-of-garbage ship's thrusters, and don't get me wrong, they're great. Just different than anyone aboard a coalition ship, that's for sure. But get this, yesterday, I was running some tests and found a huge spike in iridium from a part of the galaxy that, according to all maps, should be empty space. I'm talking planetary levels of iridium. The Coalition would have jotted it down as an anomaly and moved on, but this crew, they trust me when I say it's worth our time. So, we're going.
Welcome to Elpis, home to some of the most exciting real estate in the 6 galaxies. Ever wanted to witness the spectrum of human misery from afar, as only gods and content creators do? Well, now you can! Elpis's tightly locked rotation ensures you'll always have a front row seat to planet-side mayhem, with none of the danger. Call Elpis Developments to schedule a showing today. There's never been a better time. Elpis, when you're tired of planetary life, get over it.
Howdy, Sugar, and welcome to Moxie's bartender certification training. Today we're going over some of my favorite drink recipes, all shaken, a little stirred, and all very, very wet. Let's start with something easy, shall we? My patented throat thriller will perk up that attitude of yours, among other things. Grab a tall glass filled to the brim with ice. Pour 3 fingers of Firehawk whiskey, 4 if you can fit them in. Remember, we do charge per finger. Then mix in a jigger of smuggler's hooch. Shake it like it owes you money. Then serve. Oh, and be sure to remind the customer to hold their nose when they're drinking it. Otherwise, you're cleaning up the mess. Enjoy. Looks like it's finally happening, Sugar. My brand new bar on Elpis is almost ready to open its doors, and I can't wait to show you everything I've been working on. We've had broken bottles, broken hearts, and more dirty words than a cat house on Promethea. Not to mention that lion SOB trying to get in my way. But don't worry about me, honey. I always end up on top. Give me a few more weeks and this place will be perfect. So, darling, make sure you're on the list for the grand opening of Moxie's Up Over Bar on Elpis. You wouldn't want to miss your chance to indulge. Be one of the first 25 through the door, and your first drink is on me. Moxie's Up Over Bar, only on Elpis.
They call me balmy, they did. Simple. A no-good dustbin lid piece of trash would lack the savvy to keep his loaf in the muck where it belonged. Well, I showed him, innit? Take a butcher's hook look at me now. No more dipping the bins for old pickle now. No, sir. I've gone all straight and narrow. Proper respectable, I
I have. Got the lads running around doing me bidding, and they're chuffed to bits for the pleasure. And all they ask in return is, well, they want summit, I reckon. But I spend more time telling them what's what than lending an ear to their sob stories. Proper boss-like, isn't it? That's right. I'm on top, and no grassroots uprising can ever take me back to the alleyways. The era of pickle is upon us.
I'm recording this now because I've worked with these jerky mercs for all of one day, and I just know we're gonna end up doing a bunch of cool stuff. And everyone's gonna say, wow, those other three look so cool. What's Claptrap doing there? I bet he didn't do anything. And I just want to say, I totally did. So you can all cram it up your cramming port. I did everything. Who do you think was rolling around cool as a cryo cucumber while those meatbags were all, there's no atmosphere? Me, baby. And when Sarpedon showed up and everyone was like, oh no, a bunch of humans have been corrupted by Iridian stuff. Again. Who was the first to start blasting? Claptrap. And who do you think it was who helped Jack override a sentient AI against her will and replace her with a merciless killing machine? All right, so when I say that part out loud, okay, well, to be fair, Lilith and Roland helped. Shoot, how do I... where's the delete button? Why did Doll not put any editing features on this recording device? Ah!
troubling you?
I can't shake this feeling something terrible's going to happen like before.
Let's dig into that. What happened before?
The Krakening, the whole moon was shaking, Ozgen blackouts, the water riots. Then there was the Lost Legion, Sarpedon's army. Barely even human.
Anything else?
And the Vault Hunters. There's always something. Doc, we're not supposed to be here.
Carl, I understand. You've been through a lot. Elpis has been through a lot. But be rational. The most recent seismological survey says we're not due for even a minor quake for decades. The Lost Legion and Sarpedon are gone, and as for Vault Hunters, well, the one vault on Elpis was opened and looted years ago. It's nothing more than a curiosity for tourists now. I promise you, there's no impending global disaster. Relax. Have you considered recreational drugs? I can prescribe something.
Wait, what's that? In the sky, that purple light! Oh, not again.